And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Ready, set.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Richardson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Richardson working from the gun. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Eluding the pressure right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Third and 9 here. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back.
Here we go, set.
The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now 2nd and 3. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And it's fielded at the 34.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now they're in the hurry up.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Throw out wide to Walker.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
52.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Here we go, Scott.
They'll run on first down. Bond. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll bring him back within 4. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. A pitch comes to Walker. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Richardson to throw off play action.
He finds his man, complete. It's Burke. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Richardson looking to throw this.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun.
And that is incomplete here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side. Bond. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Hey, Grant. Watch it, stick. Black ultra.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. 3 quarters gone by. Don't leave your seats now, folks. The 4th and final quarter of the Super Bowl is up next. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Touch.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought, that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Walker with another carry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's quickly becoming now or never time in the Super Bowl, trailing by 7 here in the 4th. A pivotal moment in this football game. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Now it's Richardson. seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
This offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Richardson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now Richardson. Rolling to his right. And this one is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Richardson back to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. Forced out to his left. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's 2nd and 10. And Richardson looks to throw once more. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
On third down, here's Richardson.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
The offense back out on the field here following the 2-minute warning. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw. That is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
Richardson.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Yes, down by a touchdown. They needed a big play here quickly, and they got one. And now, plenty of time. No need to panic, but you do need to move quickly.
Now first and goal.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
19, Tiger, 19.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here we go.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos.
Here's Richardson. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
It's a huge roll of the dice, a 2-point conversion to decide the Super Bowl. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now still down 1. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths, but it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And we will get a timeout
with 2 ticks left.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Second and 4. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. No change that dive.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Oh, what a time to come up with a play like that. Remember, though, with the updated playoff rules, you can't win it on this drive. But you sure can give yourself a leg up if you can finish this one off in the end zone.
First and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
This one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back.
Tense moments in overtime of a Super Bowl. Remember, a touchdown doesn't yet clinch it as they come up on second down. Richardson working from the gun.
Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Here Richardson yet again.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Here's Richardson to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And his kick is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And a quick throw here that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
A field goal on this drive would extend the game. A touchdown, of course, would win it. It's 1st and 10.
They run again with Walker. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
64 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
They'll drop to throw. And Walker has it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Now back to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's one. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
A field goal keeps this Super Bowl alive, but they'll have to do it before the end of the period as they work on 2nd down.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And he's into the clear. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.